Good to finally actually get a home game under your belt here, right?
Yeah, no, I've been looking forward to this, game for since I saw it was on the schedule. Yeah, it's finally good to be at home and all the traveling.
I guess it's finally good to actually wake up and play in the same place you woke up, right?
Yeah. No, it's on one hand you can make excuses, traveling, this, that, but my goal is to make strides, forward with the team each time, I get to play, and today was no different. So.
What about keeping a focus where you can sometimes easily overlook these USL teams, because there's quite a few upsets tonight, just to keep the focus, and especially with that long break where Rochester got a chance to rest, just to stay focused and look at the goal in hand.
Well, I think that, I think there's just a vibe about the team, coming off the result we came off this weekend. It would have been easy to just kind of be licking our wounds and kind of thinking, okay, here's an easier game. It's not a non-MLS opponent, but hats off to the guys on the team. Hats off to the coaching staff as well for just kind of keeping it simple and saying, let's go compete. We knew if we competed, then the soccer would take over. And, I think we brought both tonight.
Looking a little forward, it's always tough when you play the same team in a cup game, and then you play them in a domestic game. Is there a way to keep focused on both games are just as important?
Yeah, I've had to do that. And I think guys like BC and other guys who have played a few years now, have had to do that, and I think it goes back to that basic sense of competing. No game is the same game. So just because we play DC, next Tuesday, regardless of what happens in that game, doesn't mean we're going to overlook, the following game. But for me, it's all about the next game. So, I'm sure the next game is DC, so that's what our focus is going to be on. Get a couple of days to rest and recoup, and bring the same energy next week.
Now that you've been with Philly for a few weeks, but you haven't really been in Philadelphia a lot, have you been able to enjoy any of the Philadelphia things?
Yeah, I actually went down to a couple places. Is it called the City Center or Center
City? Yeah.
City, I'm there. Obviously, I haven't been. Yeah, I've definitely been able to get out a little bit. This locker room is a good locker room.
Yeah.
And a bunch of guys have been very welcoming. In terms of inviting me out to dinner and just kind of give me a shout, say, hey, you want to check out the city or check out the area? So that goes a long way. For someone like me.
Good.